Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Big Al Singing Cook Show, number 18. So long, did me wrong. So long, did me wrong. Baby, what you doing now? You're ripping me off. But your hair is so luxurious, and your lips are so soft. Oh, any way you slice it, you're doing me wrong. But I love the way you walk now, and your legs are so long. Oh well, your looks had me putty in your hand now, but I took just as much as I can stand now. You could walk your long legs, baby, right out of my life. Well, you could walk your long legs, baby, right out of my life. From the moment that I met you, I thought you were fine, so fine. But your bad attitude has got me changing my mind. Yeah, everybody tells me I need to let you go. I know, but your cocoa butter skin now got me begging for some more. Hey, hey, hey.
That was easy.
Anyhow, it's great to be here today. Like I say, this is show number 18. Okay, I'm going to admit to you, what I've been doing is, and I'm always looking for something different. I go to YouTube myself, and I'll check out 10, 14, 15 ways of making something. And then I incorporate my own ideas, like just like some things, like some people use water, some people use beer, some people use milk, and then I'll pick and choose, and then drum up whatever I can come up with. So anyway, I'm going to start off, and I'm going to mention some products. I've been buying stuff from Costco. Costco's sort of like a Sam's Club. You have to be a member. It does cost $60 a year for the cheaper membership we have. And like I say, I'm not promoting. I don't work for Costco. I just buy products there. So if you know somebody, and maybe you can even get them at other stores. It never hurts to check around. There's, Giant Eagle, Acme, Bueller's, Byler's. But anyhow, to make a long story short, I've never been good at, I didn't even really actually know how to do it. We have a Ronco grill, and if you marinate chicken like for 24 hours in 7 Seas dressing on that Ronco grill, and it does hold the moisture, it works fantastic, award-winning fantastic. But anyway, to just cook chicken in grease or oil, I've never really done it. So I went on the other night and I started checking. And what happened was I went to, don't mind me, I'm drawing a blank, folks. I'm 71, I'm getting old. Costco's, and I met a wonderful lady the other day. Her name was Carla, and she was a very nice lady. Matter of fact, and it doesn't matter, she was a black lady who seemed very intelligent, just friendly and nice and knew her stuff. And so anyway, we're standing in front of this, okay? And it's seasoning. This is there you go, McCormick Grill Masters Montreal chicken seasoning, okay? And and I also bought the steak. Actually, I bought a couple of the chicken because Kath and I ate quite a bit of chicken. So, as nice as Carla was, Carla said, look, hey, Big Al, you take this and you take your chicken and you put this stuff on it, the chicken and so the seasoning, and you put it on real thick, real good, and you put it in plastic bags, and then you put it in the refrigerator overnight. And that's how you marinate it. So anyway, I marinated it overnight, and I'm thinking, what should I do? I'm thinking about using flour. She said she doesn't use flour, but I thought, I want to try the flour because I'm always trying to get that. And like I say, I'm not plugging anybody, but Popeye's chicken, I love their crust. Of course, Colonel Sanders Crunchy is good too, but I like the spicy at Popeye's chicken. And I thought, well, I'm going to try and get a good crust. And to be honest with you, the crust turned out okay, but it wasn't nothing. It didn't stick real good. But anyway, to make a long story short, what I did was I got the flour. Okay, I put flour in one container, and then I put 3 eggs in another container. And here's what I learned from YouTube: milk. And some people use water. Some guy used water with hot sauce. And everyone knows the famous one. There's one that's real good. It's good, But I buy this at Costco's, and people have told me they like it a lot better than what the normal one everybody uses. Okay, there it is right there. I think you can read that. Okay. Colola, whatever it is. Okay, so anyway, but anyhow, what I did was I put milk, and actually I put a decent amount of, we'll say maybe a cup, and some flour, and then I put in a bunch of garlic powder, a bunch of onion powder. I even put in some basil and parsley and oregano, just, it's not going to hurt anything, even with all the other seasoning. And I even put a little bit of that in. So what you do is you take your chicken and that's been seasoned with this, and you put it in the egg and the milk and all that, put it in the flour, and then you put it back in the egg and then back in the flour. And then, so I had the grease cooking on the pan, and I just put that, laid it down in the grease one at a time, and I had a bunch of legs. We bought a couple bags of them. And I let it cook. They say 15 minutes, but I just wanted to be safe, and I did it for about half an hour, and I kept turning it over and over and browning and browning and browning. And even with the 3 eggs, the crust didn't stick on it, the chicken, the way I wanted it to, but it was still delicious. It was really good, but my crust just doesn't, I still haven't figured out how to make a lock on there and be dominant. So anyway, that's one recipe, and when I think I'm sorry I can't show you everything. And if I did, it would to see that chicken cooking in there, it makes you hungry. Okay, now I have to figure out what second song I was going. Oh, I know what it is. This one might surprise you because you probably haven't heard this in a long time. I remember singing it in the band back in 1968. Big Al singing Cook.
Rolling. That was easy.
Rolling, rolling on a river.
Left a good job down in the city, working for the man every night and day, and I never lost 1 minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel to keep on turning, For the proud river keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on a river.
Rolling on a river.
Cleaned a lot of plates out of Memphis, pumped a lot of pain out of New Orleans, and I never saw the good side of the city till I hitched a ride on the riverboat queen. Big beater keep on turning, proud river keep on burning, rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. They be rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Going down to the river, bet you're gonna find some people who live. You don't have to worry, cause you got no money. People on the river are happy to give. Big river keep on turning, proud river keep on burning. They be rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. They be rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Woo! Oh, I'm back, y'all. Back, y'all. You know, something else I made the other day, and I'm just going to mention it because I've done it. I have another video where I'm making ribs, and I put it in this new. It's called Bone, and Kathy. I don't know. I think Kathy might have preferred the one with the bone. It's a new broth out. I know Giant Eagle has it. I know Clicks has it, and the butchers just say it's tremendous. It's a great flavor. It's a little more pricey than some of the other chicken stocks, but I think it's really good. But anyway, what I did was we bought a bunch of ribs, and we used I marinated it in what do you call a roaster. We cooked them in a roaster because it was big enough. The steak, and like I say, it's McCormick. So, I mean, you could probably buy small bottle. Like I said, I bought this at Costco's because they're big, you know. I mean, but if you go to Giant Eagle or Ack Beer and them, they probably, or Mark's or whatever, they probably have it. But anyway, I marinated the ribs overnight in that, and I buy that sweet and sour rib mix. So I put 3 of those in that roaster, the 3 full bottles. And let's see, I'll try to remember if there's anything else I put in there. Oh yes, I did just put a little bit of that in, just for the heck of it. And so I started cooking it, and I cooked it for, I had it at 300, my roaster cooks a little hot. Ribs, you want to cook them a long time. I mean, 6 hours would be great. So you may have to turn, depending on your oven, 200, who knows. But anyway, so a lot of times I taste as I go. So the ribs, I thought, you know what? I tasted them. Oh, I forgot. And I'll say it again. The Bob Evans green sausage packets. I've made meatballs and I've used it with beef, and I thought, I'm going to make some meatballs, and I actually learned it on YouTube. This lady used sausage with her rib, so they gave me the idea. So anyway, I bought the green package of Bob Evans sausage, and like I say, if you go to Al's Market or even Dumas or a lot of them, they are. What's the other one called? I don't know. I'm at a blank. If I think of it, I'll let you know. But out in Norton, Leeches, that's it. Leach's has some pretty good stuff. Al's Market, their sausage, but Al's Market, I like their Hungarian sausage. And but you can use that. But anyway, I took the green packs to Bob Evans, and I put 2 packages in a thing, and I put in 2 eggs, and I kept grinding up and squeezing it, and I made little meatballs, so I laid those around in there. And anyway, so I had all that cooking for an hour or so, a couple hours, and I tasted the rib because it was getting, pretty well done. And I thought with that sweet, it's called sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, and I'm sure you bought it before. The sweet and tangy, and it was just a little, for me, a little sweet. And I thought, okay, I've seen people use beer. I wasn't crazy about it, and I know beer and fish. I thought, what's it going to do? Am I going to mess up here, or is it going to be good? So I used 1 cup of beer and 1 cup of, maybe a little over a cup of chicken stock. And so I poured that in there, and I stirred it up real good. And then I cut my ribs down. I cut them all down into small sections, and I stirred that up real good, and I let it cook for another hour with that beer and with that chicken broth. And I'll tell you what, the flavor was unbelievable. Unbelievably good. So it fixed it. Like I said, I thought it was a little too sweet. Okay, I think that about drums it up. Sorry, it's real early in the morning right now. Right now it's 7 o'clock. I've been up half the night, so that may be why I'm not as sharp as I should be. But sharp enough to get my point across, and like I say, I'm not. If I was perfect, I would have 3 eyes. One in the back, I could see where I'm driving or where I've been. But anyway, that doesn't make a bit of sense. Here's one by the old Prince and redone by Tom Jones, y'all. The Singing Cook, Big Al.
That was easy.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your body, baby, from dusk till dawn. You don't need experience to turn me out. You just leave it all up to me. I'll show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. You got to not talk dirty, baby, if you wanna impress me. You can't be too filthy, mama. I know how to undress me. Let me be your fantasy, and maybe you could be mine. You just leave it all up to me. We can have a good time. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Better dance now, baby. Wow. Good God, y'all. Yeah. Okay, that about wraps it up. A couple shorter versions there. No use in doing the whole song. Before I go, just a little surprise, because it's so easy. I love peanut butter fudge, and all these years, if I'd have known how simple it was, I would have made it a long time ago. You can make a really good fudge. You take two cups of sugar and you put it in a pan on the stove, half a cup of milk, and you stir it up and you boil it. You get it boiling for once it starts boiling, you let it boil for 2.5 minutes. Okay? Then you take it off the stove, you put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, then you add 3/4 cup, I use Jif, I like Jiffy, I use Jiffy peanut butter, and you stir that in there and just keep stirring, and it gets real, like a liquid, whatever, and you pour that into a spray. You might want to spray it so it don't stick, into a container. You pour that in there, and then 2 hours later, you're going to say, that is great peanut butter fudge. So, hey, have a good one, Big Al, y'all. How can I get out of here? I don't think I have. Oh, you know what? Maybe I do have something I can sing on the way out. I don't know if I want to do a falsetto or straight up. Maybe both. It's your thing, yeah. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do now. I can't tell you, bye-bye, who to talk to. Well, hey, yeah.